Welcome everyone, today we have an exciting update for the Thorns build Barbarian for Season 3. Looking behind me, everything's melting super fast in tier 100 and it actually feels really good to be a Thorns Barbarian. I have updated the build by testing different skill combination. You can see that I'm no longer using the steel grasp, and also I have updated by using different uber unique items to make our Thorns build even more powerful. So looking behind me, this is an incredibly speedy and also intense damage for tier 100 build for the Barbarians. And you can see majority of the time we can keep 100% uptime for the Berserk, and we have tons of Fury, tons of Fortify, and also tons of Barriers, making this build super durable, super speedy for any content in the game. And after this short replay, I'll show you guys a demonstration tutorial. We actually takes down bosses pretty fast with Kick and also with Frenzy together with Berserk. Now fast forwarding a little bit to the Chops room. If you have seen our previous Thorns Barbarian, in that previous build I have made the build without using any Uber Uniques. So if you guys are short on Uber Uniques, or if you want to try the no Uber Unique build, it's still very powerful. So I have the links available for you guys. And you can see over here against hordes of elites, monsters, we don't really take that much damage, and majority of the time, as long as we reserve our cooldowns, yes, here I was a little careless with cooldowns, which we'll talk about in the skill rotation, as long as we have any of the cooldowns which are super fast, this build is incredibly powerful. And the best thing is, this build is also very speedy. Now before we jump into the update of the build, let's briefly have a look at Duriel. I didn't do my skill rotation right, I could have two-shot the Duriel, but I only did like two-shot to like 15% HP. So the build itself is surprisingly good against single target boss, simply because you have so much maximum resource, and with maximum resource, and if you kick the boss, he will disappear. And if you critical hit, he will disappear in one shot, and that is incredibly fun. And about those monsters on the side, if you just stand still, your Thorn will take care of them. Now over here, I have made it the updated version of a Thorns Barbarian build, and you can notice there's some replacement of Uber Uniques in the previous items. I'll have the links available for you guys if you don't have those Uber Unique items. And you can see the changes of the skills, and there isn't that much change in the Paragons. We still follow the same Thorns build that I had previously, and over here I have made a small skill adjustment which we'll go through in this video. So coming over to my character, one of the first highlights you can see is I'm currently using 3 Uber Uniques: the Harlequin's Quest, the Melted Heart of Sigil, and also the Grandfather. The Grandfather is great for health, for damage, and also allows us to do more critical strike. Unfortunately, unless you have a critical strike lethal Shire, your Thorns damage will not critical strike, and this is the only downside for the Thorns build. But regardless, this is still great for Frenzy and also for Kick as well to deal more damage. So Grandfather is great for survivability and also tons of bonus damage. In terms of Harlequin's Quest, we're using this item for the build for the cooldown reduction and also maximum life, and also lower cooldowns for the skills because of the +4 skill rank. Simply because our major source of gaining Berserk is through charge and also through Kick. We're no longer using Steel Grasp, which would provide us with more Berserk duration. And having lower cooldowns with charge means you can almost charge indefinitely as long as you charge 1 to 2 monsters each time you do this. Together with the Ever Knight Gem plus 4 more skill rank, this particular skill and also Kick is super low cooldown, and this is incredibly powerful. Now because we're a Thorns Barbarian build, one of the ways we generate Fury is through Frenzy, and this generates Fury super fast, especially with this legendary effect on the ring. Having more Fury means we're pretty much unkillable with the uber unique Melted Heart, and this also allows us to deal more damage with higher maximum Fury, provide us with more movement speed, and also damage when healthy. So this is one of the best in slot build for the Thorns Barbarian, simply because we have tons of Fury. I'm currently sitting at maximum 285 Fury, and this allows my Kick to do tremendous damage against monsters that is single target and against bosses like Duriel. Now during normal fights, I'll be using my Razor Plate, and this deals tons of damage. All I have to do is stand in any of the overworld content. Actually, I'll show you guys over here. So Thorns is over 20,000, and I can easily get this one to 30,000 by casting my Challenging Shot, which multiplies my Thorn with maximum life. As for the most of the other items, we have talked about this in the previous video. The gloves is really good for deal more damage with a Frenzy as well, and the pants just give us tons of damage. Now briefly going over to the skill tree adjustment, I used to have 3 points into Steel Grasp. I realized I was still doing a lot of damage without this skill, and because I'm no longer using the uber unique item, the Ancient Oath, I don't need Steel Grasp as much. And what I'm doing is, because in my Paragon, I mentioned in the past that I am using the Shout Paragon, which is over here. I'm using the Martial Shout Paragon glyph, which allows me to reduce cooldowns for my shots by 4 seconds. Sorry, the shots will reduce no-shots cooldowns by 4 seconds. And this means if I have 2 shots on my skill tree, my other skills like Charge, like Kick, and also Wrath of Berserker will get rapid reduction of cooldown. And this is really, really good. So this actually allows us to have lower cooldowns for Charge and also for Kick for permanent Berserk. And should you need more damage, you go into Wrath of Berserkers and then casting your shots to lower this skill cooldown. And the cooldown reduction in the Harlequin's quest also help us to lower the higher cooldowns of the ultimate. Now, because we have talked about the build briefly previously without any uber uniques, the gameplay and also skill rotation is very similar. You want to see a pack of monsters, you charge into them, and then you can be casting your shot should you need more cooldown reduction. If not, you can pretty much kill everything just by charging into them. Because by charging into them, you will gain Thorns, and additionally you have Thorns by itself. So monsters will melt around you simply because of your Thorns. By basic attacking with Berserk, you also have damage reduction. Now, for the instance of time should you need lower cooldowns, by casting the Rally Cry will give you increased Fury and also additional Fortify and also additional cooldowns for your charge. Now at times, should you need more damage, you can cast Wrath of Berserker, then casting your shots to deal the maximum amount of Thorn, damage reduction, and also just movement speed is everything you needed for this build. Now briefly talk about for the instance against single target boss. You want to cast your Wrath Berserker with maximum fury, and then you want to kick into the monsters to do a tremendous damage with your maximum fury. After that, you want to cast your challenging shot, you want to cast your Rally Cry, and also your shots to restore the cooldowns and also gain more fury. And as you gain more fury, you want to be charging. Here I made a mistake, I didn't charge, I just kicked. By charging, I will gain Unstoppable, additional damage, and also additional fury. You want to be casting skills at maximum fury if you can, which will give you even more damage with charge and also with your kick. So here, this is the small mistake I made during the boss fight. I forgot to charge to gain even more fury and also even more damage. But regardless, you can see how fast we take down bosses and also how fast we clear tier 100. So I do believe this is one of the best Thorns Barbarian build together with a basic attack and also very, very speedy. So what I'll do now is, I'll provide you guys with a full testing replay for tier 100 and you can see how smooth it is, even though I get lost sometimes, and I'll provide you guys with a short boss replay. This is an updated version of the build guys, and if you don't have those uber uniques, you can see our previous video, which we don't use any uber uniques, and it is still very powerful. Now do be aware, I'm using a different combination of the pet skills. So during the tier 100, I'm using Protect to give myself barriers to be defensive. And during the boss fight, I'm using Flash of Adrenaline to deal more damage against the boss. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed, it is a really good time to do so, because I'll be covering tons of Diablo 4 related topics and also videos and also guides. We'll be looking to the top meta builds, non-meta builds, leveling up, and also Paragon tricks. We're also looking to the latest events and also official updates, and also changes to different characters and also different builds in the game. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn the notification on, because a lot of you who are watching the videos have not subscribed. You can see 80% of the viewers who are watching our videos have not subscribed, so make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for the latest update for Diablo 4.